Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Chats with Children. I hope you're safe and well. Today, I'm delighted with my brother from another mother, Sanj Kumar, who's CEO of ELRIG UK. And the reason we are catching up is because ELRIG UK are working with both SLAS, who have got their event in Europe next week in Barcelona, and Achema, who are having their normally triannual show, but it's biannual at the moment, which is
Mm.
running in Frankfurt in June. So we thought, well, look, we'll preview what ELRIG are actually doing at those two events. So first of all, Sanj, it's lovely to see you. How are you, first of all?
I'm fine. You looking forward to the cricket tonight?
I never look forward to the cricket anymore because Pakistan unfortunately are a mess. But anyway, we'll talk about that after the
We can talk offline, right?
yeah, exactly. But let's talk about Elrig first of all, though. For people not familiar with Elrig, who are you and what do you do?
We are an association. We put together conferences for the drug discovery community. We have about 22,000 people who subscribe to our mailing list, and we put on about 12 conferences per year. All our conferences are free to attend, and we're very much science-led. We want to bring in the best possible science that we can into the conferences, provide it free of charge. We even feed people, Rizwan, as you know,
I do know.
and they can come to attend, learn the latest technologies, learn the latest applications, and meet with our very supportive vendor community, exhibitor community who support the events.
That's
And,
fantastic.
and having said that, Rizwan, you know I just came back from Gothenburg
You
last,
did from Sweden, I know.
where we were hosted by AstraZeneca in Sweden in their research site in Gothenburg. It was Advances in Cell-Based Screening 2024, which is in its eighth iteration now, eighth year that is. But it's every other year, so it doesn't quite make sense. But it's been going a long time. But that was an incredible meeting. If I could have bottled that energy, Rizwan, and put it and then sell it, I think we'd make a lot of money out of that.
Well,
We
that's great to hear. I know what I would also say, Sanj, I've noticed as well, is that as an organization, you've expanded a lot over the last 2, 3 years, and you're doing a lot of different activities now as well. Because, as you said, you are free to attend events, but you're now doing a lot more than just events, aren't you, for your members?
Yeah, so it's interesting. There's a real need for what we do, I think, and I have, we're an open tent and we welcome everybody in, but the choice of high quality science in the conference format has been limited, let's say. And LRIG coming along and never and holding high value, so we're always free to attend and never deviating from having the best quality scientists to present has really helped us to grow and expand. So we do the conferences, but now, as you mentioned at the beginning of the video, we do these partnerships with other organizations because they reach a different audience, right? They have a different um, niche in the marketplace, so to speak. So by working with other organizations like SLAS and Achema, we can actually go to other people, a different audience with our science and with our message.
Yeah, and you're also doing a lot around career development as well. I know that because obviously you've done a lot of expansion in that particular area as well, haven't you?
Yeah, a third of our audiences, 33% of our audiences are what we call early career professionals. So they're people who are just starting their drug discovery career. And, they want to understand how to progress their careers. And progressing your career, you and I, Rizwan, I don't know how we've ended up being so successful in our life because we went to university and then that was it. But nowadays, there's a lot of soft skills that you have to learn, from interviewing techniques to CV writing, just to networking. I mean, you and I are the ultimate networkers, but some people don't know how to network out there. So we're trying to, as part of our programming, we're putting on these workshops, these very sort of tools-based talks to really help the early career professional community grow, so the drug discovery community will grow. It's very synergistic.
Fantastic. Now, look, let's talk about some of the partnerships. And as I said, you are going to have a booth, and you're also helping with some of the tracks next week in
Yep.
Barcelona for SLAS
Yeah.
Europe. So maybe you can give us a quick overview of one, your relationship with SLAS, but also what you're doing in Barcelona next week.
SLS, I like to think SLAS and ELRIG are sister organizations. We have very similar objectives. SLS is very strong in the US and but has a global reach and is growing in Europe as well. We have a strong reach in Europe, and we partner with them so that we can reach the same communities. So next week we're going to their European meeting. We're providing a track. Actually, the chair of our track is the chair of ELRIG, Melanie Leveridge, who's at AstraZeneca, and she has created a handful of speakers to talk about screening approaches to tackle challenging targets. So again, we're bringing that science ethos to SLAS. SLAS will be joining us in our flagship meeting in October, which is in London Excel, where they have put a track on advances in assay development and screening. And we have booth swaps at both. So we have a booth at theirs, they have a booth at ours. So that's a very nice synergistic relationship as well.
Fantastic. Now let's talk about Achema though. Now, so
Yeah.
what is the relationship with Achema and what are you doing with them at their event? Because obviously Achema is a very, very different show to the ones you would normally partner with, because it's been historically more process engineering and so on.
Yes.
But I know they're focusing a lot more now in terms of both pharma and biopharma and trying to develop that whole space.
And I think that's the point. Achema is known as being one of these huge meetings, and that you're talking, the numbers are incredible. You're talking about 3,000 to 5,000 exhibitors, hundreds of thousands of delegates, 7 days. The entire exhibition convention center of Frankfurt is taken over by this one event. It is huge, and it traditionally has been focused very upstream from where ELRIG is. So it's in the big bioprocessing world of drug manufacture. You know, if you want to go and see machines that put drugs into blister packs, this is where you go. You go to Achema. But they realize that that's only part of the drug discovery process.
Sure.
ELRIG is very strong in very early drug discovery. So what Achema would like to do is to try and cover that span of the drug discovery process from research to manufacture. So they've invited us in next week. We have a bartering partnership, as they call it. What we're doing is we're putting on a handful of speakers again to talk about early drug discovery and specifically enhancing the quality of data in chemical biology and translational science. We're delighted that the conference chair for this is Professor Suzanne Muller-Knapp, who's from the Structural Genomics Consortium in Frankfurt. She's also a very good friend of mine. And she's put together 7 great quality speakers to talk about this. And it's within Hall 12 of Achema, and it's free to attend. And we're going to put on this series of talks, this little event. And it's good for ELRIG as well, because ELRIG, I think, together with our sister organization, ELRIG Germany, want to do this as a joint event to grow the drug discovery community in Germany. So this is, again, an example of where ELRIG UK is being synergistic either to SLAS in the US or to ELRIG Germany in Germany. And at the end of the day, what it's all about is growing that drug discovery community. And I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be an exciting event.
Yeah, and while we're talking, actually, Sanj, struck me there is another partnership you're involved in, which I should have also mentioned. And you're thinking we didn't pre-plan this, so what is he going to throw at me? But which is Terrapin, and you're working with Future Labs Live, aren't you? If I'm correct.
Indeed, we'll be there in Basel in June.
So you're busy. I'll see you 3 times, sadly.
never enough, as far as I could. And we'll go to that little place where we eat.
We did, exactly. But yeah, so you're working at Future Labs Live is in Basel, as you say, at the last week of June. So again, what's your relationship with them?
The same. They're another free to attend organization. Certainly they are in Europe anyway. That fits very well with our values. They have a very big event in Basel. We provided them a panel through our partner there, a gentleman called Christian Parker, who's part of Novartis. You caught me on the hop, so I don't have to my fingertips.
No, don't worry. I know, I just threw that at you, but I just wanted to highlight that you are actually working with them, and you will be there as well. So, yeah. And viewers, I'll put the links to all 3 events above this video, and also the links to what ELRIG are doing with those events, so that Sanj isn't put on the spot like I've just put him on now, and you can actually get more information.
I think it's AI in drug discovery, so artificial intelligence.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
But I don't know the exact wording.
No, I wouldn't expect you to say, given I've just thrown it at you, so don't worry. So there you go, viewers. If you're at SLAS Europe, you can learn more about ELRIG and also go to the track they're organising at SLAS Europe in Barcelona next week. if you're at Achema,
Yeah,
you can go and check out SLAS and what they're doing on drug discovery there as well. And if you're at Future Labs Live
yeah,
in Basel, you can do that. And also, of course, you can make sure you check out the ELRIG website, which is again above this video, where you can learn about all their events, particularly obviously Drug Discovery 2024, which is coming next, which is the flagship show. But also, as I mentioned, they do so many other things now. My
yes,
head explodes when I see an email, which I got in my inbox just before this call, actually,
yes.
from ELRIG saying, look, this is all the stuff we're doing. They're doing so much more. They really have expanded in terms of the information and content they're getting out to help people within the drug discovery space, not just in the UK, but across Europe as well. So please check it out. It is all free to attend.
And part of this as well is you, because you've been involved with us for so long. You're helping us to take the message out. So you have an equal stake in this, my friend.
I
So
do have a stake, but at the end of the day, I'm just the messenger. You guys are the deliverers of the content. So it's all about the quality of the content as much as the message. So that's more important. So as I said, Sanj, it's lovely to see you. Hopefully we'll have a chat off camera about the cricket and we can talk. We'll see if Pakistan have any chance of beating England. I don't think
no,
so.
sorry, my friend. That's
I didn't think so. But apart from that, it'd be good to see you in Barcelona next week, and also obviously in Frankfurt and in Basel. So viewers, hopefully I'll see you at one of those three events, if not all of them, in the next 4 to 5 weeks. And until next time, as always, stay well and stay safe. Bye bye.
cheers. Bye bye.